What's going on, YouTubers? Welcome to another video. So today we're going to be doing a re-review of the Queen Studios Hulk bust. Had this for, what was it, 3 or 4 years now? Now, this was one of the first silicone busts I bought. This was like my silicone bust journey. And since then, I've acquired like 20 plus silicone busts. Now, I did have the Pennywise, but I'm talking like the Queen Studios route. I did have the Pennywise bust, which was always my favorite bust at the time. And I think that might have been it. And Queen Studios started coming out with all their incredible busts. These are like some of the newer ones. But the first ones was like those two Hulk busts. They had the Wolverine, which I got. And as you guys know, it came with the forehead scraped off, which was freaking annoying. But we did get Hulk bust. And I got the original Loki bust, which I did sell. And the Hulk was the only one I still have from that original when I got all 3 busts at the same time. I bought them from some cunt on Facebook named Sean HQ. That guy disappeared ever since he sold me the bust and wouldn't help me. But yeah, I bought this for $4,000, which, let's be honest, I way overpaid it. He screwed me over royally. I was desperate. I wanted to find it. Everyone else didn't have it. And nowadays, you can get this Hulk bust for probably under $2,000. The resale value on these silicones have definitely dropped quite a bit. Only a few actually still have good resale value, but I would say 100% of silicone and Queen Studio busts have dropped in value. Where they used to have good resale value, like I remember people offering me almost double money for some of my Queen Studio busts, and it's like, nope. Where now they've dropped drastically. You'll be lucky to get half what you paid, which is really unfortunate, but it is what it is. I think the bad economy, collectors leaving the hobby have really attributed to that, not necessarily the busts themselves. So I definitely regret buying it from that particular seller. I wish I would have waited and paid a lot cheaper. But let's talk about this bust. So this bust does have some pretty good pros and some pretty good, like, big cons, I will say. First off, massive base. Like, look how tall that is in comparison to everything else. Iron Man's pretty big, but in general, that base is enormous. And it works in a good way. It does prop the bust up quite a bit. And I am actually boosting this up an extra 2 inches off the ground. Just to make them taller, because you want Hulk busts to be big, not equal to other busts. And in my opinion, they made this bust way too small. They didn't give him enough chest, shoulder, you name it. Where you look at Iron Man, it's like a proper bust. You get everything. Like, that is a proper bust. Even those two are cut off. Iron Spidey and Captain Marvel, proper busts. Hulk bust, not proper at all. Way too cut off. I don't like that. I wish it was bigger. Now, if it was bigger, I wouldn't be able to display it down low, which is fine. I would do it top shelf. But it definitely is way too small. I wish it was at least as big as Captain America bust. I don't think Hulk is as big as Thanos. He looks a little bit smaller when they fought. And I don't want it to be that big, because then it would have cost 10 grand and be ridiculous. But I do wish it was at least Captain America size, where it had much more chest and a little bit more shoulder. It really is just the upper pec and the traps is all you're getting. You don't get any like true shoulder or just more chest. I don't like how it cuts off so little at the bottom. So there definitely is some room for improvement in terms of concept. I think the concept is probably 5 out of 10. The base is pretty cool, but not like crazy cool designs. It's just like a cool looking base, but it's definitely one of the weaker bases among the Marvel busts. Now, this is a full silicone bust. There is nothing beyond silicone, the teeth and the glass eyes and the hand punch there. Now, I do think the likeness is extremely good. It looks just like Mark Ruffalo's Hulk. I think it's a great expression. The underbite, the teeth look good. The eyes are pretty good. The hair looks good. The silicone is good. It has lots of texture. The only thing I don't like is the that. I'm not a fan of that. That's why I wish it was a little bit different, the way they did that. But yeah, huge traps. Like those are like seriously bigger than Brock Lesnar's traps at his peak. But the shining star of the show is definitely that face. I think the face is phenomenal and incredibly impressive and very big. You look at it in comparison to the Tom Holland, it is absolutely enormous in terms of the head. And extremely impressive. Unfortunately for Flankster, I do have to display this down low. I previously did have it up high, but I'm not going to put that Iron Man bust down low. And so Hulk had to go down low. I just don't have the space. Now I'm hoping if I'm ever in a future home, I can display Hulk bust up top. Frankly, I'd love the entire Queen Studios bust line up top. I don't want any of them down low. But for now, Hulk bust does have to go down low. Now, even at that height, I'm not happy with, to be honest. I wish it was even taller. I want his head as tall as Thanos. So maybe if I ever did like a system where I had like almost like a step tier, like I don't really like bus behind bus, but if I did do like a 2-tier, but they were like quite a bit higher, that would be one that's like on the top tier. Definitely a top tier bust. So that is one big negative, is the fact that you really do want to display it up high. I don't like the body shape. I don't like the side silicone. It just looks weird. And the base could be better. So overall, my opinion of this piece has gotten lower due to all those negative factors. And I don't think it's worth $4,000 at all. I do think it's worth between 2 to 2.5K. That is my opinion. The box is enormous. Shipping this is probably $300 to $400 minimum, possibly even freight. It's freaking humongous. Which is, yeah, it's just that body is pretty deep as well. I mean, yeah, it's pretty deep. Let's get down low and personal, though. It does have some nice, almost like stubble. I wish the eyes were a little bit more veiny. But I mean, up close, when I'm looking at this, it really is impressive. Like, that face is a 10 for me. I mean, yeah, it could be a little bit better, but like, for example, that upper gum and the eyes could use more veins. But still, it's like a 10 still. Extremely cool. Like, very impressive face. Like, of all my silicones, it still is one of the coolest looking faces. Just because it's Hulk. It's everything else that's not, like, stupid impressive, but the face is stupid impressive. I mean, just like, it is humongous, folks. And I'm really impressed with that face. So, I do actually need to pretty much get on the ground when I want to look at it that good of an angle, though. Standing up or sitting down, like I'm looking at his forehead and hair. Sitting down, I can kind of see the face. Like, that's my angle. So not horrible, but definitely not that good. I mean, among my Marvel silicones, I mean, it's obviously better than the Black Widow. She's my worst one. Top shelf, every top shelf piece is better than Hulk, for sure. Iron Spidey bust. I mean, I like Hulk's face better, but I like everything else better on Spider-Man. Now, Spider-Man realism is probably a tad better. I just think Hulk looks cooler because he's like a creature. But overall, I'd probably give this bust, for a silicone bust, for everything, a 7 out of 10. That's probably its official rating due to all the negatives. I mean, the big pro is obviously the face, but there's a lot of cons to the piece. Now, I do think the new Queen Studios 1/3 scale silicone Hulk would go fantastic next to this. I hope someday I can collect that line. Like, if I'm in a new home, I'm definitely going to collect it. But in my current setup, I can't really do anything more Marvel outside of a Hawkeye. You guys know my setup is completely full. But if a Hawkeye comes, we'll sell or remove that or just box it up. And Hawkeye is going to go right there to complete my Civil War. And if we ever do get a Hawkeye life-size bust, we will sell that and do Hawkeye bust. that definitely will come to the display. Anyways, folks, let me know what you think of Hulk Bust. Like, comment, subscribe. Have a great day.